all that time I did that for like a year was, dude, I never had a problem in buds. Dudes were having stress fractures and shit. I swear to God, that stuff helped me running on that blacktop and that asphalt, doing all that extra shit and getting that in good shape saved me, dude, because I had no injuries through buds. Zero.
How'd that go? What was the first couple months?
It was the first real workout I went and did with one of the guys was the hardest thing I'd ever done ever. Dead serious.
Do you remember what it was?
Yeah, it was just a 2-hour beatdown session where we do a 1-hour pool, right? 1 hour pool, like sprints, like 50 meter, 100 meter sprints, hop out, 20 pull-ups, like not just do 20 pull-ups, but like on cadence, then hang. And you can't come down until like he says, fucking come down. And so you're dying, right? Like holding up there, like again, right? And flutter kicks and just calisthenic exercises I hadn't really done. And then off to the track to do half-mile sprints, mixed in with burpee, mixed in with this, mixed in with that, pull-ups like for 2 hours. Bro, I was smoked, but I felt great.
Yeah.
After doing it, it was eye-opening though. That's the only way I can describe it. It was fucking eye-opening. I was like, wow, this is how these motherfuckers are working out.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess this is what we're doing, right?
I was going to ask that. So it's probably the first time that you've been surrounded by that type of culture, right?
Yeah.
Like, I always say this with martial arts in general, they attract pretty, unique individuals, pretty disciplined people. So when you go to, like I remember his former Green Beret, goes to the gym, we were like shooting the shit and he was talking about how he already ran 5 miles and, we're going for a 6 a.m. class.
Yeah.
I'm like, Jesus Christ, bro. I'm like, I gotta be better because, this is a motherfucker that I'm going against on the mat. Dude's running 5 miles before you even get to class. What was the feeling, being surrounded by that type of community I'm not going to say it was the first time, but if it was.
Yeah, no, it was the first time and because it was everybody trying to do the same thing for the most part. Not all SEAL candidates, but most. And it wasn't like a lot of dudes, man. It was like, because this was all extracurricular, right? Dudes can train on their own. This was all just, we're all civilians. And some of them has dads were SEALs or, whatever. But some of these dudes were legit athletes, like could run. I was definitely like, I could swim, and I was strong, but I was fucking hurting on the runs. And so it pushed me. And it was a motivated group. It was guys trying to be SEALs, right? It wasn't slackers. And most of those guys passed. Not most, but percentage-wise, it was probably 25% for how, from that very early on stage. And because who's going to seek out that's going to pass the guys who are going to be willing to do that extra stuff? And man, I needed that. Also just shin splints and shit like that, like stress fractures, right?
Yep.
All that time I did that for like a year was, dude, I never had a problem in buds. Dudes were having stress fractures and shit. I swear to God, that stuff helped me running on that blacktop and that asphalt and doing all that extra shit and getting that in good shape saved me, dude, because I had no injuries through buds. Zero.
Seriously.
Zero fucking injuries, dude.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, man. I had a problem with my feet one time. They got rubbed in, but that was like a bacterial thing on my feet. But I had no injuries. Never.
So do you think you're making it through without doing this kind of training process?
Nope.
Yeah.
1,000% no.
This was huge.
Yeah, 1,000% no, I would not have passed.
So you're going through the hardest workouts of your life. Was there what was the mindset? Was it like, fuck yeah, I'm doing this? Or was there something
I wasn't looking forward to it every time, but I was felt so good about myself every time I finished. I was like that drive home felt good.
Yeah.
And that was the first time I really realized, like, man, if you work really hard, you feel good.
Yeah.
Right. I started to kind of want more of that seeking. It felt good to be doing positive shit again too.
Yeah. That purpose started.
Yeah. It started. Yeah. And I was like, I'm in this. I remember the moment I jumped in to the fucking, it was May 5th.
Yeah. I was going to say, there we go.
It's May 5th. I took my first PST. I jumped into the pool to start. No, I pushed off the wall, and I remember pushing off the fucking wall and like the water kind of going. I'm like, holy fuck, I'm doing this. I'm in this pipeline. I'm my first fucking. I'm in the Navy technically, like, and I'm doing my SEAL fucking screening test. I'm here. I ended up failing that fucking day, you know, but
you were there.
But I was there, dude, you know.
That's fucking all right. So, man. So you're going through all these training and processes and stuff. Is this where you started to really get the feeling that like it was real? Like I mean, you mentioned in there where you realize like you're being a part of it,
Yeah.
but also that it wasn't a given. Like this is you gotta
work for it. And man, I still didn't have a SEAL contract technically, so I still was on that turd wrangler contract.
Yeah.
That I was gonna have to ship on. That was pushing me hard too.
You stressed on that?
I was calling the fucking recruiter like every week. Hey, is my contract there? Is my contract? He's like, look, I'm going to fucking tell you when your contract's here. But dude, it's out to the point where I elevated scores. They have some, you know, if you get 20 pull-ups and 100 push-ups or 100 sit-ups, you know, like you were elevated. I was in the elevated group every time now. And some days I was getting the most pull-ups out of like 55 guys. So it was like, you know, I'm not great at pull-ups by any stretch. Guy Smith, bro, shout out, bro.
Mm-hmm.
He was, every time he would show up, he'd do like fucking 50, man. Nothing like that. He's blasted. Guy Smith, he's a IFBB pro now. And anyway, I was feeling good. I'm like, bro, I'm like in this elevated score now. Sure enough, I get a call one time. They're like, your contract's here. That's when I knew. It was August 26th, 2009. I signed that contract, and that's when I knew I was fucking shipping on a SEAL contract.
What did the weight feel like when all that like?
That day was fucking great.
Yeah.
That was like fucking, because I had walked out of jail 9 months before to the day. 9 months, I walked out of jail to the day.
That's crazy.
I was getting a SEAL contract, right? And technically that's not even really possible. Like things happen, right? The universe kind of comes together when you work hard. And bro, so it was like, fucking, this is like, no one can tell me this isn't real. Like you can do this shit. And fucking when I got it, even my mom was like, God damn, you actually made that shit happen. Right. But then the work was just starting.
Yeah, I was just
the work was just starting, man.
But so, damn, man. So 9 months you achieved that. I mean, what was there like a moment when you got that contract and you're like, you kind of had to, because I would imagine for those 9 months and you were saying this, like you kind of just had to play it where you're like, oh no, it's a given. I'm going to get there. Like, you know, I work hard, whatever, I'm going to get there. But obviously at any moment, shit could have just went.
Oh, I was not thinking that.
You were like,
oh, I was thinking there's no way this is going to happen.
Really?
Oh yeah. I was like, this is a long shot. I was not sure. I was really doubtful.